Thanks for joining us here at Fox 59 News. I'm Tom Barnes here along with John Doe.
Tonight we'll be talking about Africa and the continents, famines, and hunger. Then we'll cover poverty that has taken over countries. Next, our analyst Autumn Miller will discuss governments in Africa.
After, we will share some facts about ethnic conflict and finish with Boko Haram, the extremist Islamic terrorist group. Now let's go to our on-scene reporter, Jared Hughes. Jared?
Zimbabwe, Africa. Zimbabwe recently had a famine in 2003. It needs more food aid than any other country in the region facing famines. It is estimated that 6 million people out of the population is in need of food aid and poor rain. Long searches for cornmeal is becoming a common feature in Zimbabwe. This country could lose 1.5 million tons of corn. Another reason why Zimbabweans are in hunger because high inflation and poverty. Up north in Somalia, they are experiencing a famine. Approximately 260,000 Somalians have died, and about 2.75 people are displaced. Over half the casualties are under the age of 6. Although signs of drought were known in 2010, outside nations waited until the famine reached its climax to help. It's truly... Now back to you, Tom.
Really is, Jared. So not only does Africa have so many countries dealing with famines, it also has a lot of poverty issues. For example, Mali. This country has a GDP per capita of $1,600 and is among the top 25 poorest countries in the world. They are landlocked, so they depend on agriculture exports for revenue and gold mining. About 36% of the population is below the poverty line. The unemployment rate is 30%. Due to the poor standard of living, there is a lot of hunger in Mali. Another country dealing with the same type of issues is Niger. Their GDP per capita is $1,000, and their GDP is $17.67 billion. This may sound like a lot, but compared to America's $17.46 trillion GDP, it's almost nothing. So as you can see, Africa has few countries that are economically failing.
Now let's talk about the government of South Africa with our analysis, Autumn.
Thanks, Rashmani. South Africa is a constitutional democracy with three main branches that hold the government together. Much like the U.S., these three branches are the judicial, executive, and legislative. However, the executive branch becomes dominant and the legislative branch becomes less effective. And also the judiciary branch loses its essential independence, therefore creating a lack of constitutionalism. Another issue with South Africa's government is bribery. These bribes have to do with the elections. Residents are bribed by the government to vote for someone the government wants them to vote for. As a matter of fact, Libya and Zimbabwe deal with bribe rates going over 60%. Back to you, Tom.
Thank you, Autumn. We are now moving on to ethnic conflicts in Africa. Let's go to Jared, who will be discussing this. Jared? Jared.
Thanks, Tom. Ethnic conflict is war between two ethnic groups. The ethnic conflicts we are discussing today is the Mali and the Tuareg. The counter-revolutionary forces are assembling militias of their own, and revenge is at the top of their agenda. Some militants are debating whether to kill the Tuareg militants will be enough, or if they should also kill the women and children to prevent further rebellions. This war will be fought between both groups, militants, and not between the Mali military and the Tuaregs. That is all from here. Take it away, Rashmani.
Right, Derek. Speaking of the ethnic conflict, the extreme Islamic terrorist group called Boko Haram has created havoc across North Nigeria. They have executed violent attacks against the UN government offices and churches. They believe politics in northern Nigeria are false Muslims and want to wage war against public areas. Unlike many other terrorist groups, they don't target Western countries. You have probably heard of the recent kidnapping they have done. Well, if you haven't, they've kidnapped 300 girls from a school.
Thanks, Rashmani. I think that's it for tonight here at Fox 59 News. We hope to see you guys next time. Have a good rest of the day.